Howdy gamers, Old Gamer Guy here. Welcome to another first hour impressions video. The Callisto Protocol is one of those games that I intended to buy at the time when it released, but I got distracted by some other game or perhaps by real life and I never bought it. But as fate would have it, it is included with PS Plus this month. So I'm going to play for about an hour here in performance mode. And then at the end I will show you some quality mode footage. But we start off here looking at the aftermath of some event that looks pretty horrible. I want you to make note of this object on the screen here, this purple object. This is going to be important a little bit later, but there's also someone is operating a security camera here, and they're watching this figure as she makes her way through the streets. Something terrible happened, and it's not long before she is attacked by someone or something. Okay, so whatever happened here, it's being called the Massacre on Europa, and it's being blamed on a terrorist group, and that figure in the streets is apparently the leader of that group. But whatever happened, it made the news, and that news was broadcast out into space, and these two guys on this cargo ship saw it, and they are connected to this story, even though they don't know it yet. But what they do know is that they got a yellow alert in the cargo bay, which I think is the same way Alien's Dark Descent began, so that doesn't really bode well. But never mind that. We get our first gameplay here. I'm not going to explore very thoroughly, but this game really doesn't seem to have a lot of exploration so far. It seems to be fairly linear. It looks nice though, I think you can tell. Like I said, I'm in performance mode here, but I also have the film grain and the motion blur turned off. I will turn those on here in a moment so you can see what that looks like. But here's the cargo that I needed to check out. It has a radiation warning on it, but it seems okay. So we should probably keep checking the ship for further damage. But yeah, here I am turning on the film grain and the motion blur. And I'm also, later on in the video, I will turn the film grain back off. So I'm going to experiment with settings here in this video. And then, like I said, at the end, I will show you some quality mode footage. But never mind that. The ship is damaged. We are on fire, which is a bad thing in space, I've read. And we've been apparently boarded, so I need to return to the cockpit, and my initial reaction was to go back the way I came, but that door is now locked, so we need to press forward. I thought this pathway was too narrow for me to get through without injury, but apparently not. And we are going to press forward into the next cargo bay.
Almost out of time.
We'll do a little bit more sneaking around later in the video, but right now it is time to sprint into the cockpit. And as the door closes and we look back, we see the figure from that security cam footage, and she is quite insistent about reaching the bridge.
What are you doing? No! Shit! Hold on! I'm on my way! Mayday! 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 This is UJC Caron! Returning to Callisto! got no choice. Coming in hot. Boost the anti-graphs. Already at maximum. We're not gonna make it. Yes, we are. Watch out. Hold on. Brace for impact.
No worries. This ship has airbags, so I'm sure everything will be okay. And oh my goodness. It looks like the pilot's airbag may have deployed, but not the co-pilot. Stay with me, buddy. You look great. Just keep holding on to your lighter. As long as you hold on to that... Oh my gosh, he dropped his lighter. That's not a good sign. Oh, he loved that lighter. Why would he drop the lighter? Well, never mind that, because somebody is cutting their way into the ship.
One life sign detected. Continuing search.
Black Iron Security. You the pilot?
They identify themselves as Black Iron Security, and they have the alleged terrorist leader in custody outside, and they're treating her like a prisoner, but they aren't treating you that way right at first. But then they get a communication, and that changes, and suddenly you realize that you have stepped into something that you did not anticipate. I think we can all guess what the cargo was that we were carrying, but we have now crashed on Callisto, which is a moon of Jupiter, and we are in trouble. We are going straight to prison without a trial. Apparently that's how the justice system works here. And with us on this prison bus is the alleged terrorist leader. We are welcomed to the prison by a hologram of the warden. And it looks like a nice prison, like a high-tech prison anyway. I don't know about nice, but it looks kind of high-tech as we are escorted into the intake gate, and we are taken to a very ominous-looking machine where I assume a tracking device is being installed. And this thing will also serve as our health bar as we make our way through the game. We're actually dying right here for the first time, but never fear. They are going to resuscitate us so we can serve our time and be rehabilitated for whatever the hell we did. Yeah, but I think right now I'm just going to pass out and have a nap because it's been a really stressful day. Everything will seem better in the morning, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, what a dream. What a relief. I'm glad. Oh, well, maybe that wasn't a dream. It appears that I am in a prison cell and the back of my head is kind of sore. And now they want me to explore the cell. And it's not long before I notice on the ground that purple object from the security cam footage. Oh man, what a dream. What a relief to wake up on the ship and... Oh crap. I'm still in the cell. There's some kind of an emergency lockdown happening, but the good news is the warden is telling me there is nothing to be afraid of, so that's good. But the real news is when I walk over here to my cell door and it just opens. And yeah, something clearly is happening here. I don't know how long I was unconscious, but things have gone terribly wrong here in the prison. And now the game is telling me that I can escape. So that's good news. I can escape already. This must be a really short game. We make our way downstairs and we meet another prisoner.
Bruv, what the fuck is going on?
I don't know what the hell's going on. My ship crashed, I got thrown in here, and then I woke up to this.
Well, look. You're that pilot they just brought in, yeah? Yeah, well, look, I've been in here half my life. I know this place. I've got a plan to get out. If you help me out of this cell, I'll help you, yeah? Look, you can use this to get inside a control room across that bridge. You can open my cell from there. The name's Elias, by the way.
Jacob.
Don't lose it, Jacob. Might just save your life.
So that was undeniably very lucky. We just met another prisoner who has an escape plan, and he also gave us a very useful tool that we are going to immediately use to do a primitive hacking job on this terminal. And then we're going to shimmy through this opening, and I think you can see that all of the animations are really well done. The general problem is that you see those exact same animations over and over and over again, and that will include the combat. And speaking of combat, we are about to get our very first taste of that. I think you'll agree the combat looks very nice, although as we go forward in the video you'll see that not every battle is as cinematic as this one, but they do look cool, and I think you can tell the game is quite gory. We have some dismemberment going on. I don't know if this thing is a mutant or a zombie or what's going on here, but clearly it's a danger, and we're going to see more of those in the video as we go forward. But now we need to open the cell, let our new friend out of his cell, and so far so good. But now he is stuck behind another gate that is malfunctioning, and he's not really believing us when we're telling him about the creature we saw. But he still has a plan, and he still wants to follow that plan, and the plan is to make our way toward that tower, and he wants to meet us there, so we're going to press on. Some of the developers of this game were involved with Dead Space, and I think you can see the resemblance, and that resemblance includes stomping on corpses to get loot, which is always fun. So we're getting some health gel here, which automatically heals us. Unfortunately, you only get loot out of the creatures that you have killed yourself. So yeah, if you stomp on one of the pre-dead corpses, then you won't get anything, unfortunately. But never mind that. Let's watch some more combat. I'm not timing my dodges very well, and I'm going to pay for that toward the end of the video. You will actually see my very first in-game death toward the end of the video, so look forward to that. But I think you can kind of see the general problem with the combat. It looks really cool, but you're doing the same basic moves over and over and over again, so it gets kind of repetitive, and it loses some of the tension because of that, I think. But here we have another type of health item, a health injector. The health gel is used automatically if you're injured, but these health injectors can be collected, and then you can use them when you feel like it, but they do take a little bit of time to use, so you would not be able to do this during combat. So you lose a little tension, in my opinion, because of the repetitive combat, but I also think the atmosphere of the game is really well done. The sounds and the music. I don't know about you, but I like to play scary games in the dark by myself with headphones on for full immersion, and I was undoubtedly immersed in this first hour. We are about to have another stealth section here because the robots are just going around killing everybody indiscriminately. So we're going to have to sneak past this robot, and in my opinion, it is appropriately tense.
Prison systems are breaking down like that elevator back there. Just stay out of their line of sight and you should be able to sneak by.
Scanning for movement.
I can't let them see me.
A nice clean heads-up display is always good for immersion, and I think you can see that the HUD in this game is almost non-existent. There's very little on-screen information until you actually get up right next to something. There's some sort of a slug in this box. So who the hell knows what was going on here on Callisto? Clearly, you know, the scientific community is up to their usual nefarious business out here in space. Some disgusting experimentation is going on. And over here we have a puzzle that is straight out of Dead Space, and I'm sure other games as well. I'm just not thinking of them right now. But it's one of those puzzles where you take a fuse and then you move that fuse somewhere else. But for some reason, I took the fuse out and then I put it right back in, and then I just carried on exploring. So I wasted a little bit of time, and then I finally came back and got the fuse and continued on. So I'm not exactly sure why I did that as I'm watching my footage here. But never mind that, because we are about to get some more combat. I'm not sure if the fire was hurting me right there. It seemed like it should have been, but I'm not sure that it was. But never mind that. I'm going to go ahead and turn the film grain back off here. But I'm going to leave motion blur turned on so you can see what that combo looks like. We're still in performance mode here. Something is crawling over there, and we're about to get into some more combat. And this time there will be two creatures in the room, and you will see that only one of them at a time will attack me. So they won't attack me simultaneously, which I think is probably another limitation of the combat. You can also see that the camera gets a bit squirrely here in close quarters, but that's not surprising in a third-person game. That happens quite often in this type of game. So I'm killing this creature here. It all looks really cool. I think that other creature jumped up into a vent. Yeah, so it ran away when I killed its partner there. But never mind that, because we are about to get
Jacob,
an
you find
upgraded
anything?
weapon, which is always nice.
All that's left is this baton.
Stun baton, yeah. And those things do pack a punch, though, and we are going to need it.
Okay, so we have almost reached the tower where our new friend wants to meet us, and we have almost reached the end of my first hour of gameplay, so that means we are about to see my very first in-game death. Very exciting, but first we're going to go over here and pick up a health injector. You can see there on the back of my neck that I could use a little healing, but I felt like using an injector would be a waste because I'm not all that damaged at this point. But maybe if I had used that health injector, I would have survived this next event. So you may have noticed that the creature who killed me snuck up behind me. So it may be true that they won't attack you simultaneously, but they can sneak up on you and do some damage. So you have to watch out for that. But here is some quality mode footage. We were in performance mode all of that time, but this is quality mode. I think performance mode targets 60 frames per second. I assume quality mode will target 30 frames per second, but it appears that the motion blur is doing some good work and smoothing things out because it still looks fairly smooth. Normally I would automatically play in performance mode, but I'm not sure how I will play this game. One thing though is that you cannot switch back and forth between performance and quality at will. Or at least if you can, I don't see a way to do it in the menus. It appears that you need to start a new game in quality mode if you want to switch from performance mode, and vice versa. You would have to switch, you would have to start a new game. Either way, right there I was crouching behind that barrier just experimenting to see if this creature would see me, and I'm not sure if it did see me or if I moved at the wrong time. Just an experiment I was doing right there. But we are about to have one more fight, and then that will do it for this video. If you can't tell, I really do like this. I was intending to buy this at the time, but got distracted. So I'm happy to get to play it now, and it is included with PS Plus this month. So if this looks interesting, check it out. This is actually a decent month with PS Plus. There's another game that I want to make a video for, at least one video. I think it's called Weird West. So I'll make a video for that in a couple of days, but that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching.